Throwback Thursday is taking us back to one of our most fired up episodes with Coach T, the Marine turned trainer who spent 30 plus years mastering fitness and music. This clip is your reminder that discipline beats motivation every time, and passion is what keeps you going. Tap in and get recentered.
To be ready for this trip that you're talking about. We can do this. We can make significant change in these 90 days
right
before you have this trip. So understand what has to happen. You're gonna have a lot of people will use fitness training as a diversion and a mask for what's really going on with them. They're training hard not for the aesthetics, but to run away from something. You get people like I get up at 3:30 in the morning to go running.
Another question I have as far as now getting to know your clients. Now I know that in corporate you've got HIPAA. Okay.
Yep.
For you, is there something that's similar to that? Granted, it's one-on-one, but how can you tell if somebody really has an issue or they just don't want to do a deep knee bend because they don't want to?
Oh, well, do that in the initial process and bringing them on as a trainer. I got to evaluate you. You got to be straight up with me. If you have an injury, if you tell me you don't have an injury and you're fine, there's nothing physically keeping you from doing what we need you to do, and then you don't do it, then I know you're just lazy and I'm gonna have a problem with you. You see what I'm saying? So in my initial process of meeting you, you're going to lay all those things out for me. Even if you're fronting, even if you're not, if I don't really have a knee issue, I just don't like doing squats. So I'm going to say, yeah, my knee bothers me when I squat. I'm like, okay, I'm going to do something other than a squat that's going to make you still use your quads in the same form and take the pressure off your knees. And then they're like, oh, I'm not getting around the work. I see. Okay. Then they'll be like, it doesn't kill me to squat. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, I thought so. So that again, you'll find all that out in your initial process in meeting them.
Do you make them sign anything in the initial process?
Oh, absolutely.
So for liability?
Yeah, of course. You always got to cover yourself. I always keep people as safe as possible. This is California. People are sue happy.
California, but you're right, but not just California.
But you always have to cover yourself legally.
He yelled at me. He's a trainer. What were you thinking?
Yeah, I was like, did I yell at you personally? It's different.
Really, now again, I don't know all of the clients you had, obviously, but that could be a certain thing because you do have a certain style.
Yes.
Training.
Yes,
and some people maybe don't like that. So has that been an issue?
And I was going to ask that, yeah.
And as I always say, I'm not everybody's cup of tea. And I'm okay with it.
But have you ever had to tell somebody this ain't for you? This is not for you.
All the time.
You might want to try a different person.
Yeah, man. I'm not the one. I'm not the one. Yeah,
he's not hand holding. I can tell you that right now. He ain't hand holding.
But here's the thing, and as you can attest. I tell you that day one, before we even step on the floor. I go, look, you're going to work probably as hard or harder than you ever worked in your life with me. Do you understand that, right? You do understand what we're embarking on is probably different than what you've ever done before.
And
you with it?
His class was only 30 minutes. So you're thinking, oh, I could do this.
Right.
Man, he would have me doing some warm-up shit. And I'm thinking, God damn, it's only 3 minutes into this motherfucker. I am toast.
Yeah.
This ain't gonna end.
Wait, that's the end of the warm-up. Now let's get to
literally, it was just 3 minutes. And I'm like, oh God, this is.
And again, that is what I've learned over the years of doing this. You ain't gotta do an hour, 2 hours in the gym to get that's a waste of time. I guarantee you, 42 to 38 minutes of that hour that you do in the gym, you ain't doing nothing.
Okay, elaborate on that. Let's talk about that.
People are not going to push themselves to the point that they need to see changes in their body. Because the minute that get to that point and there's nobody to tell them to keep going, they're going to stop.
I'm done.
So it has to be someone there that goes, no, don't stop. Because we haven't hit that threshold for change.
Right.
And if you don't hit that threshold for change, then we have just wasted everything we did prior to that.
Right.
It's not about that.
So. Okay. I like that. Do you put them on a regimen, like a meal regimen?
Here's the thing about food. And this is what I've learned throughout the years. And now what's happened because of our ability to get knowledge on our own, there's no reason for people to eat poorly. If you eat poorly now, it's just because you want to. Simple as that. This whole, I don't know what to eat. That's bullshit now. People, look, you know
YouTube
what's
University.
Good. You know what's good and you know what's bad. Now, what I will tell you is maybe give you more structure on when to eat and how to eat, but I'm not going to tell you what to eat anymore. Come on, man. You're like, hey, don't eat potato chips. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Stay away from greasy foods. Yeah, duh. We have too much knowledge now to do that. What I'll tell people is that you might want to just think about when your last meal is, when your first meal is, in conjunction to how much energy you expend through the day. Not just about when you come to train with me, because I'm in control of that. It's what you do the rest of the day. If you're sedentary and you're sitting most of the time, then yeah, that's probably not going to be good for you to pile on any extra amount of calories because you're not going to burn them off.
Right.
So you have to think about how you eat, when you eat is
That
more
ice cream
important.
I had last night while I was watching TV, man.
Exactly. See, that wasn't the thing to do. You
But
wanted
it
to
was
do it
oh so
because you
good.
enjoyed it.
Damn.
And that's why I tell people, look, man, I can't follow you home. When you go to the refrigerator, I can't smack your hand. I'm not there for that. But what
Right.
I can do is say, look, if you're
Mhm.
disciplined away from here, what we do here is going to elevate. If you don't do that, then basically we just going to stay the same. You're not going to get any worse because we're doing what we're doing, but you're not going to see the gains and the changes that you really want to see if you're not doing the right things away from here. That's always been my philosophy.
Do you subscribe to macro? There we go.
It's great if you really delve into it and really abide by it. The common folk are not going to. Only people who are on that kind of mental level about how they want to do their dietary needs are going to accept that. Josephine Schmo, who's been sitting on the couch for 10 years, macro ain't gonna mean shit to her. You know what I mean? And I know that. I'm not gonna put that on her. I'm gonna go, look, we gotta make changes that you can understand. All right. Stop eating ice cream at night. Stop doing that.
I know. That's Miss Josephine Schmo to you.
I'm sorry I used that as an example.
Oh, I don't care.
Maybe it was in
don't
my
bother
head.
me.
It might have been in my head because you said it.
Look,
But
you
what
know
I
I
mean
gotta
is,
fix it again. You know that shit don't bother me. I might have it again tonight.
I know, yeah, that's true. That is true. But that's what I mean. It's like you have to talk to people about their dietary situation based upon their lifestyle. I'm not going to throw those kind of things at a regular person because they're just not going to get it and they're not going to really utilize it the way you can. So it just depends.
Absolutely. And I asked because our listeners are listening to us, and I know I've gone through trainings like lose 20 pounds in 6 weeks. So obviously I had to deal with macros because you're trying to make a serious change within a certain amount of time.
Absolutely. Right.
But if you're not, I get what you're saying. If you're not serious, you're wasting your time.
So I'm just glad that those kind of people took that initial step to even come see me. That's a big deal for them in itself. Getting into how you eat and all that, that's a whole nother ordeal. Let's get you used to moving and doing that. And then we start refining things. Then we start looking at your diet and how you're doing things and how can we tweak that to really start to maximize what we're doing in the gym. But again, it's all based on the individual for me.
Well, then to camp onto that, I'm also thinking about body image. Not everybody is shaped the same.
Nope.
So if I come in there and want to improve, say, my arms or whatever, and you're looking like, that's genetic. That's just not going to happen.
Do that, but okay. That's what you're saying.
In your you do. I'm sure you do.
No, I don't. Not even in my mind. I do not do that. No.
But again, people having unrealistic images, just like going to the beautician. Oh, I want this particular haircut. And so you don't have that much hair. So we're starting from negative already.
Exactly.
But also on top of that, you've got that body image. I want to lose X amount of pounds because I have this event in say 3 months and it's on a time crunch. So this isn't a magic wand I've got here in my back pocket. How do you handle that? You still want to train them, but then you don't want to give them a false sense of, okay, you're going to look like this in a certain amount of time. And it's a fine line because then they can say, then, well, fuck it. Why am I even coming here to see you?
Yeah.
But you're like, oh, wait a minute now.
Honesty for me is the best policy. So if you come to me and I look at your overall body type and you say to me, I'm trying to wear a 2-piece bathing suit. I'm going on a trip in 3 months. Let's go to work. Can you do that for me? First thing I'm going to go is, how you eating? What's your eating situation like? If they already tell me it's like crap, I'm like, all right, we just tacked on 2 more months to that. You understand what I'm saying? So you should have, that's how you've been eating, you should have saw me at least 2 months ago to be ready for this trip that you're talking about. So now the disappointment is starting to set in. Exactly. So now I'm going to go, all right, so what kind of exercise have you been doing to this point? I really haven't been doing anything. Okay. I tax on another 2 to 3 months that you should have saw me.
Now the event has come and gone, but okay.
Exactly. So I go, okay. So now we're looking at, you should have came and saw me 6 months ago.
Right.
To be ready for this trip. So then, like you said, then you're going to be like, then what's the sense? I'm going to go, here we go. We can do this. We can make significant change in these 90 days. People talk in terms of months because it sounds like it's far away. Oh, 3 months from now. No, that's only 90 days. That's only 90 days before you have this trip. So understand what has to happen. You're going to have to see me at a minimum 3 times per week. Those other 4 days of the week, you're going to have to be doing X, Y, and Z. Okay. Right. You're eating. You can't eat now. You can't eat. I'm just going to keep it real with you.
No,
you can't. You're going to have a salad at 11 o'clock and maybe another salad around 6 p.m. and you're done eating for the day.
That's a ballerina diet. Add the cigarettes to it, and there you go.
Yeah, you know why it's a ballerina diet? Because you came to me with fucking 90 days before you wanted a fucking change in your fucking body. So yeah, understand. So that's why I started this with honesty is the only way I'm going to go with you. We can get you a change. Now whatever you have in your mind, good for you. But I'm going to make sure that you have a change to your current situation by the time you're ready for your trip. But this is how that shit has to go. And if you're not willing to do that, thanks for coming. And I hope it works out for you.
Right.
Because when you don't see those results, you're not going to blame you. You're going to say, I didn't do something. He wasn't a good trainer. I didn't see any changes. No, fuck you. You're not ruining my reputation because you didn't want to do the things that you needed to do.
He said bullshit.
All right. I got a reputation. And that's why I don't advertise. I don't advertise and all of that. You are my advertisement. You are my calling card.
Yep.
When you go out in the street and you looking right, people go, oh shit, why are you looking like that, girl? You supposed to go, yo, you got to go see my man. You got to go see Coach T. Yo, that boy whipped me in the shape. You're my calling card. So if I know you're my calling card, why am I putting out a bad product? And I'm not going to let you be a bad product and have my name attached to that shit. No.
That's right. It makes sense.
So I'm going to be honest with you. We can get change, but it's the shit you do away from here that's going to make the difference. Here, I got you. You go and do what the fuck I need you to do. But what you don't do away from here, that's going to be the difference.
Yeah.
So,
I remember one time I don't know if you remember this because I've had a lot of faux pas when I was working out with you, but the rope that you would get from the firehouse, the fire department, Coach had a smaller one and I was jump roping with it and I wasn't coordinating correctly.
Right.
That rope came around and took both of my feet up off the ground.
Yeah.
And I did a face plant.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Was it a weighted rope?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Is there any other kind of rope?
Yes, it is.
Man, I was off that day, and there was like this new person, and I think Fred was talking to him, or you were talking to him, but I was doing my warm up, and I went bam right in front of him, and I said, "You want to laugh? Just go on and laugh, laugh."
Yeah,
and he goes, "Yeah, it was funny."
You do know me. Falling is my biggest. I see people fall. I can't help it. I gotta laugh at you. I'm gonna make sure you're okay. But yeah, I'm probably gonna laugh at you.
There was no coming back from that. How do you pull your own feet from under you? That was just
you didn't do it. The weight of the rope did because the rope is weighted. So when it hits your feet, it's like somebody smacking your feet, and it was gonna take you out
right from under. Yeah,
that's the thing about the weighted rope, man. If you ain't thinking, you could get caught out there.
Get thinking,
but you recovered nicely. Look, you're okay now, right?
How many years ago? Yeah, it was okay.
It was quite a fall though.
Yeah, I fell at a club, so we know I have not been at a club in years.
Well, you had stilettos on, I'm sure.
Exactly.
That's gotta be embarrassing.
Did people laugh? Did people laugh?
It was a club. It was a club in the city. It was too much. It was too loud. Half the people at another level.
Somebody laughed.
If I saw it, I was going to laugh.
I would have been like, "Damn, glad that wasn't me."
Yeah, I would have chuckled.
Long fall for me. Okay, it's a long fall.
But you know what? I would have came over and see if you was all right though. I would have came over, asked you, "Hey,
you all right?
Miss, are you okay? You all right?" Because you took a fall right there.
Okay, as you laugh,
you took a fall right there, boy. You okay?
Okay.
Yeah, that is funny. Back on it, yeah, it is funny. Yeah. But then sometimes even during the act of it, why even be embarrassed? Like, I'm gonna laugh. It's funny.
As long as you're not hurt.
Yeah, I'm not saying you bust your head or anything.
Yeah. That's bad.
But one of the things we keep talking about physical fitness, but how is it with mental health, with physical? There's sometimes I could be in a tip-top shape, but if my mind ain't right, I can't even get out of bed.
And that's kind of hard for me to speak to as a fitness instructor. But what I will say about that is that we have found generally, the more you are into your health, physical health, it helps your mental health.
It does. It does.
You rarely, unless there's certain athlete issues, things like that, that's a little different. But generally, if the normal general person is working out, it really helps. We find that it has helped their brain health.
Because it releases endorphins and all that kind of stuff.
That's why I said it's more about brain health. Don't think about their brain as a muscle in your body, but it is. And you got to condition it and do things to it to keep it healthy. So we find that physical activity helps that because it releases endorphins and different chemical releases in the body that help the brain. So if generally people are good and regimented about their fitness routines, it generally will help their mental health. Now, we don't know what kind of issues people have in their life and stresses once they leave the gym. I mean, all I know about you generally, unless we become close and we've hung out and stuff like that, I don't really know what your lifestyle is outside the gym.
Right.
But I can also tell, especially if I've worked with a client for a while, I can tell if something's going on and if something's not right, or people feel like they can confide in me as their trainer and will tell me things too. So I try to help in that regard as much as I can. I mean, I'm not a psychiatrist or anything like that. I just offer my homespun wisdom.
That is somebody that they
you know, I'm like a black Andy Griffin, my homespun.
But I mean, you do get to see somebody in their most vulnerable, how somebody might be going to work, for example, if they're coming to you before they go to work, 9 times out of 10, no makeup, nothing to keep you right and tight. So you're seeing them in their most vulnerable state. So
I prefer they be that way. I prefer that.
Yeah, it makes sense. And then sometimes you can tell, not so much who's more serious, but sometimes, unless they're coming back from work, on their way home from work, and it helps. But then also there's times when you're used to somebody working out and then they can't work out for a while. So then you have the opposite, because then whether it be their brain health or their mental health, I knew I was able to do this much. Now I can only do that much. So the fact that they've lost some of that endurance that they had before, now they got to kind of start, maybe not from square one, but they got to start over again. So now you got to deal with that. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. And then speak life back into them.
I was gonna say, you don't sound like you down with doing the speaking life into nobody. Like, get this done. Let's go.
Work it off.
Rub some dirt on it. You'll be fine.
If not that, find Windex. It'll work.
In the relationships you develop with a client, you then know how to address the things that they have told you. Again, they don't tell you everything, you know, but they do tell you certain things because it's affecting them. And I'll see it sometimes in your workout and the effort that you give and something. Like I'll say to a client, I'm like, yeah, she's not really putting it out today. Something's up. And I'll go, yo, everything good? You good? You know, what's going on? And yo, the tears may start flowing. They may break down. Then our session is about, okay, what's going on?
What's going on?
You know what I mean? And that's
I think I've been part of those sessions before.
So it really depends on the individual. And I feel, hopefully for me, as an outside looking in type of view, I hope people feel like they can confide in me, that they know that their business is going to be kept with me. But if you feel like you need a sounding board for something, bet I'm here.
Right.
So understand, I still need you to get those 15 reps.
Right.
We can chat it out, but those 15 reps, you know what I mean?
Right.
So, we still got to get our shit in though.
Right.
So,
like them tears ain't gonna get you out of this workout.
That's not gonna happen.
So then what is your idea of the whole package? What I'm thinking of in my mind, when I'm thinking not necessarily bodybuilding, but tonality. And again, I'm really into that great skin and athleticism. Yeah, great skin. But one of the things that to me is that I love to see, I do it on a very minimal scale, is when you can jump those boxes, because you're that
plyo jumps. Yes.
That's and I like that. I don't do it well. I do baby step jumps. Hey, I didn't fall, so that's great. But
better, I was gonna say better than not doing any at all.
That whole package. What does that look like to you? Because when I'm looking at somebody, I'm like, wow, they might look like crap on the inside, but on the outside, they look perfect.
Yeah. And a lot of people will use fitness training as a diversion and a mask for what's really going on with them. You know what I mean? And that's where you get your exercise bulimics. That's what we call those. That they're training hard, doing that not for the aesthetics, but to run away from something. You know what I mean?
Right.
When you get people like, oh man, I get up at 3:30 in the morning to go running. Something's wrong with you. I'm not getting up at 3 unless I'm a boxer getting paid a lot of money to knock motherfuckers out.
Or my house is on fire. I'm not getting up to run.
I'm not getting up at 3:30 in the morning to run, but that's because they can't sleep and they got to go run to kind of get their mind off of whatever's keeping them from sleeping.
Their mind is busy.
So you seeing that great runner's body, but inside there's something wrong as to why they have that body. Again, it's really about tailoring what that individual needs to not only see their goals, but to be mentally okay with the type of training and the type of things that they're doing. It's a mindset. I tell people, if your mind's not right, it's going to translate into the physicality of what we do. So those two things got to be right. And when they are and they meet, great things happen. But if one of them is off and they're missing each other, you're going to have a great body, but your mind's fucked up. Or you're mentally, so you're not putting in the effort that you need to make changes. So the two really have to work hand in hand. Does that kind of answer your question?
It does. And it's just one of the things I know that you have the two different careers, and how you balance them out seamlessly is the fitness aspect and your DJing aspect. And I'm wrapping that all in together because that's what I know, even from spin, you making your own sounds, and I'm sure your free time you were doing that. And then speak a little bit
I still
further, if you don't
do.
mind, about
Yeah.
what you're doing even more so that's
Yeah.
taking over what you're doing, because you're balancing them both out.
Yes.
But you are balancing them, but they're still really one and the same, if that makes any sense.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just lucky in the sense that they can be two things that
Mhm.
work together. For me, for my mental being, me personally,
Yeah.
DJing is that outlet. Listening to tracks and figuring out where tracks could go and what's banging and getting a feel and creating an atmosphere or a mood with a set that I do is therapeutic for me.
The set and the genre that you're doing it, because you do it on Saturday. I see it come through and I listen to it.
Yes.
Is it what
I,
days of the
yes.
week and stuff?
I'm fortunate to have my own internet radio station that I have about 6, 7 DJs that we all play on the station. It's called Real House Radio. It's on the internet. We're on Mixcloud.
We talking about Yogi Cecily for sure.
Yes.
Mad into gardening now. She's
Really?
all in.
Really?
She's crazed about gardening now. She's watching all the videos and she's mad into gardening. That's her outlet because she's all about fitness, yoga and
Exactly.
step, and she does it all. So she needed something that wasn't that to kind of put her mind somewhere else for a while. So you're not thinking
Right.
about fitness 24 hours a day. It's hard. And it's hard for us as a couple because we both do the same thing. You know, you can't talk to me about, hey, you know what my client did today? I'm like, yeah, because it was the same thing my client did. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh, okay.
it makes it hard because we're in the same profession. We definitely needed something that wasn't fitness. Like for me, like I said, I've been DJing since I was a kid. So now just taking it to the next level where I have my own little station now. It's growing, which I'm very thankful for. But it's growing not because I'm like, oh, we got to get followers and I want people to, me and my DJs, we just play music we know is least true to the genre of house. And we play. And people have just been like, hey, oh, wow, oh, these cats is doing it over there. And that's how we've grown organically, which makes it even more fun for us because it's no pressure. We just do what we do. If people
we're
listen,
here.
yeah, they do. They don't. Oh, we still had a good time doing it. I still had,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
See you again next week.
I had a good time doing it. I had a good time curating my songs. I had a good time putting my videos together because I do a video package along with my set.
okay.
I enjoy all of that. And that allows me to decompress from fitness and put my mind somewhere else. So that's what DJing does for me. That's why I tell people too, don't get obsessed with training because it starts to have a negative effect.
Right.
You just gotta incorporate it into what you do. Be serious about it. Be true to it because that's the only way you're gonna see the results you want. But don't get crazy about it. So the DJing thing is what keeps me sane. I love it. My boys that do sets on there are all cool. Once a month, we get on a Zoom call together and we just talk about the
Are they
music,
local?
the business. The only thing that ties us together is that we all at one point lived in New York together.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
wow.
Not that we knew each other, but we all were
Just-
all from New York. So that's what's great. But now they're in Orlando. I got a kid that's in Morocco.
Oh, wow.
So the bond is that at one point we were all in New York. So which is really cool because we talk about that shit. And we go, oh shit, you were at that club? Oh shit, I must have looked at you, saw you, didn't even know how it all kind of came back together. But again, that goes back to what I was talking about earlier when it comes to house. House creates this community, this fellowship that no other genre of music I've seen does that. Yeah, people can go, oh, I'm into rock. Yeah, rock. But house, there's just something about house that people, you hear a song and you instantly are thrown back to that time in the club and the smells, and you're able to communicate that to each other. We're like, yo, this certain song came on at this time in the morning, and we all instantly, oh, I know what that was. That was so-and-so. So yeah, because we were in that kind of community. And that's what we're trying to encapsulate with our whole Real House Radio thing, is that we're just trying to bring that essence to what we do. It's just a community. It's a fellowship. Come hang out. Come in the chat. Yo, see if that song sparks a memory, tell us about it. Do what you need to do. But it's just a fellowship thing. And I think that's, for me, has been such a great release for me to do. It's just to not do something that's finally not fitness related for over 30 years.
30
It's been my
years.
life, man. It's been what I do. That's another thing I tell people when they come to me as a trainer. This is what I do. This is not some fly-by-nighty thing. This ain't some kind of hobby I picked up. And this is what the fuck I do. I've been doing this shit since 1988.
Woo.
I first became a paid trainer, 1988. So
Wow.
this is what I do.
So
My
then
son was born in 86. So this is all he has known his dad to do. So this is what
Wow.
I do.
so then your audience, I know, because sometimes, 'cause I know, like with my grandsons, they're singing different songs that I knew growing up, and I'm like, how do you
Sure,
know
sure.
about that?
How you know
So
about
are
that?
you bringing in different generations with your music, or is it a certain age?
Yeah, and that's what because my DJs kind of range in age. I got a young DJ. The kid that I talk about from Morocco is fairly
Right.
young. But what it is that they like house. So they kind of glom to the rest of us older guys because they know we lived that shit. You know, we
Right,
lived
right.
house when it started. So and then they listen to the stuff we play, and they're like, "Oh yeah, y'all
So they're
play."
actually teachable. No,
Yeah,
there's a
you're
reason
right.
why I say that
Yes,
because again, I'm going to refer to my grandkids. The oldest is 12, but
right.
they'll hear a song and I'm hearing from where it came from. And then they're trying to tell you, no, this is so and so. And I'm like, no, I literally have to go
No.
and break out the original so they
Yes.
can hear at least a few bars.
Bars and go, "Oh, is that
Then
where
all
that
of a
came
sudden,
from?" Yes.
yeah, then
That's Earth, Wind, and
maybe
Fire, bruh.
Yeah. Thank you. Yes.
the
Yes.
first album. It's
Right.
like maybe old lady's got some street cred. I know
Right.
something.
But see, that's the beauty of house, because house is really the child of disco.
Right.
Disco came
Okay.
first, and then house spawned out of disco when disco started to die out. So a lot of the early house tracks use disco loops, like
Right.
Gloria and
Oh,
tracks like
gosh.
that. So
Yeah.
that's what kind of spawned house. So it's great where either younger DJs don't try to go like, "Oh, no, that's so and so." They're like, "No, what was the original track that came?"
Oh.
That's how you ask us about
That's
a track. Don't be
right.
telling us that's what that is.
Yeah, see.
You know what I'm saying?
So they have a level of respect they paying homage.
Yes.
Okay, that's good.
And I really think the genre of house, you really have to understand the origins of house to really play good house music, even the newer stuff. And anything that's new in house has an element of old in it, because you have to pay homage to how it started if you're really a true house head. There has to be a tinge of something in there from the old school, because that's how you say, "Yo, this is house. This is a house track." You understand what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Okay.
It makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
So then my question to you is, has there been something that because I know we're constantly learning and we
Sure.
don't know everything, but what are some of the things within the last year that
Mhm.
you've learned with your DJing as opposed to from day one when you
Mhm.
started?
What I learned is that even though it's a hobby, and
Mhm.
even though I'm not necessarily making any coin from it, I still have to treat it like a business in order for it to come across the way I want it to come across. That's what I've learned, because it really just started with like, "Hey, dude, I see you play sets. You want to jump on this?" And we just have a set time, and then we play some
Mhm.
sets. And then that started to grow. So now I have to worry about making a schedule and making sure people stick to
Oh,
it, and then making sure
oh.
people are using the same drops so that we have a consistency throughout all our DJs. So then I was like, "Oh shit, I gotta start thinking about this like I do fitness business in a way."
Google versus Safari. God.
So I think that's what I've learned in the last year, is that even though this is a hobby for me and it's fun, I still have to do an element of business to it to really for it to come across the way I want it to.
Okay.
Have
Wow.
that
Yeah.
professionalism.
Yes, even though it's fun. That's what I tell the fellas too. I really want to kind of keep this as professional as possible. So if you're not going to do your show, you got to give me notice. Don't hit me up the day of your show and go, "Oh, yo, T, I can't do my show today." That's not cool.
Oh wow.
You know, that's
Yeah,
like,
because
yeah.
if
You
you've
know what I'm
got
saying?
you've got people from all over the world, so you
Yes.
might be doing it at 6:30. I might be doing it at 2 a.m.
Yes, exactly.
Ah,
Exactly.
Where you stream the most? Do you know in the world?
You mean as far as who's listening?
Yes.
Most of it is the United States, but we're
Really?
very big in Germany, which I was a little shocked by. But there is a very big house scene there, so it's not that shocking. It seems like countries have set people that they like to listen to get their house. So for
Right.
them to feel like that they could branch out and they actually feel like they're getting what they want from what we're doing at Real House, that's nice. But yeah,
Right.
Germany, we've seen a nice uptick in Germany. We've seen a nice uptick in Spain. I think maybe also too is because we have more international cats doing it. They're maybe
okay.
a little bit more known in their regions, so it helps. But that's why
Right.
it's really nice having them under the Real House umbrella, because then we all benefit from that. So those people are listening to all our DJs, not just the one that they know.
Now, what about your fan base? I mean, I know you're saying we're doing it because we like it, but
Mhm.
by you doing it, you build it, they will come. Because like I
Yes,
tell E, we are number one. The masses just don't know it yet.
exactly.
Like,
So
That's the
your fan
mindset.
base is what people do they interact with you a lot or they
Yeah,
sub or
we get a nice group of people in our chats when our shows are going on. We see a lot of the old schoolers. A lot of people go, "Yo, I used to be in the club back in so and so day." And I was like, "All right, you old school, so you understand what we're trying to do here." We get a lot of the old school cats who really appreciate what we're bringing to the table. So that's always nice.
I like that.
if you're saying old school,
Mhm.
how does it factor in when you have DJs that are using the computer versus the turntable?
That was a topic at one of our Zooms. We started to
Oh,
talk
okay.
about there's a lot of new technical tools that are
Mhm.
coming into
Right.
DJing now. And we talked about how do we feel about that. What we came to as a consensus a little bit is that as long as you stay true to the purity of what house is, how you get there is not really my concern. But when
Okay.
we start to hear it sound too robotic or it doesn't sound authentic, that's when we have an issue with it. But if you want to use a software that kind of tells you what order you want to put your tracks in, you still had to pick the tracks. The software doesn't pick your tracks. It just may say harmonically, these are the tracks that kind of go together. Fine, that's cool. That saves a step. There's nothing wrong with that, but you still had to pick the tracks. Once we listen to the tracks that you selected, then we know what your shit is about. You know what I mean?
But I'm even thinking as the audience, the whole thing for me was the visuals. I'm seeing somebody doing this, he's holding on to this and doing all these little gyrations.
Right.
Now, sometimes you just see somebody with a little laptop or something, and they might have something else on the side. And I'm getting the music.
I do get that. How you get there? Now, see, for you, if you need a visual DJ, then then you're gonna go seek that visual DJ out. If you go, oh, this shit is boring, then you don't go.
Yeah, these albums.
You see a dude pulling the crates. Oh shit, this dude's old school right here.
See that when it's going on.
That's what I mean. That one of the young kids I was talking about that we have, that's what he does. He's got a little laptop. He's got some kind of disc app. He's not actually using turntables or a controller.
There's an app for that.
Exactly. But the kid bangs because he picks the right tracks.
His curation is good.
Right. Perfect example is like me. I don't like to be on camera when I'm DJing. That's why I play videos. Really? It's not because I don't think anybody wants to sit there for 2 hours, no matter how much I'm banging, and watch me do that shit. So I run videos.
It could be background.
I run videos and let you see the visual and hear the music too. And like,
that's fine. Shit. Okay, especially if it starts off that way.
But then that's what I mean about Will. Will is on camera for 2 hours. He don't even dance to his own shit.
Not on camera. So
but what I mean is, but that's what I mean. Will's on camera, stone face, because he wants the music to be the star. And I'm good with that. I'm the same way. It's about the music. It's not about me. It's about the music. Right. So that's why I do the videos. But that's what I mean. That just really depends on what kind of DJ you are.
Do you consider yourself, with regards to physical fitness and in the DJing, do you consider yourself still a student? Or would you say that I've learned everything that I have to learn?
That's a great question. Fitness, I don't want to say fitness is finite, but the body is what it is. The body has not changed. We have learned different ways to move it, but it's all generally what you learn is more on the mental level of how you present it, how you do it, how you put it together, how you make programs. That's always an evolving situation. So I guess that I don't want to say student. I'm just trying to hone in my craft as much as I can. It's not a student thing. It's just about honing in. The DJing side, I'm always learning. I think that's if you're not learning, you're not evolving when it comes to DJing. You have to start learning. You start to go to levels. There isn't a finite situation. Like you like certain producers. Now I'm trying to find tracks from certain producers. That's my thing now. Mm-hmm. Like I know this producer, he's did this, he's done that. Let me see what other tracks this guy has. They might not have been well known in the clubs or even played on the radio or whatever, but because he's shown me a track record of things that he's done that I like, now I'm seeking out certain producers and seeing what tracks they have and maybe doing an all that producer set. In that regard, I'm always evolving as far as a DJ.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It does.
Especially with the fitness, I didn't think of it that way. That was a great way for you to describe it.
The body is finite, you know what I mean? We just trying to find different ways to enhance. Yeah, it's a little different. That's just
all right. People means that all these different, what do you call it? Squat this, kickstart that, all these different programs.
Yeah, those are just marketing things. Those are marketing things.
Correct.
Because it's the same. You're just trying to put a different name on it. People come to you. And then you find out, I've done this. It's just I just did it a little differently, but I've done this before. Yeah,
that has to be hard.
Oh, it is.
Especially for the ones. What were they called? Not QVC. There's a group of fitness instructors that were on TV, or they used to make these programs a lot.
Yeah, it was Galad.
Constantly
I know you're talking about.
Constantly having to reinvent the wheel.
And as you can see, that dies out because you just can't keep doing the same thing. You can't keep recycling the same thing. So that's why it's always people try to glom onto whatever they think is the next big thing. And then once they do, they find out, I've done this already. Damn it, you got me again. You know what I mean? That's what it is.
Check right. Exactly. Payment has cleared.
Right. So that's why I don't do that. I'm like, what I'm giving you is exercise. What I try to do to set, and this is me, and this is my wife, to set ourselves apart, I think it's our personalities is what makes us different. We're dispensing the same knowledge that somebody else has, but it comes from us differently. And that's what we pride ourselves on.
Are you going to say something, E?
No, I think you're going to segue into.
Yeah, you brought up your wife. I was like, we can't go anywhere else without highlighting. I took one of her classes. This was back when you had that studio behind the grocery store.
Yeah.
she had this one yoga
But it wasn't
class.
really behind the grocery store.
Well,
It
grocery
was a
store
studio behind the grocery
adjacent.
store. Like it's all in the
I was
back.
in the back with
In
the
the alley. In
milk.
the alley.
Right? We entered through the back,
We were in the back. Actually, we were in the back of another gym.
but it was next to the grocery store.
It was next to the grocery store. Was it
Grocery store
behind the grocery
adjacent.
store?
How's that?
Look at there
How's
she
that?
goes. She learned that adjacent.
Whatever. All right.
But
I just don't want the audience to think I was behind the eggs.
some
and the milk.
ragtag outfit
yeah.
or something.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, she had this one class. It was just like an intro that day. And back then, I didn't really know the difference between yoga and meditation because a lot of people don't.
Right.
So I'm going there thinking we're going to woo-saw. So we're doing these exercises, which didn't feel like exercises.
You ain't doing
But
that
the
with
next
Cecily.
morning,
Right.
my shit locked up. My hamstrings were tight.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
Yeah,
The class was great, but it was like this was a damn workout.
That's
Mhm.
and that's
And
what
I
she did.
still do the sun salutes, not as regularly, but I do that. And when we were talking about words of wisdom, things people have said over the years, one thing Yogi Cecily had said to us when we were taking her class was, you need to make sure that you can stand up straight and be able to put your socks on. And that whole mechanism, what you're doing, what it's doing. And then on top of that, she had added this little caveat. You don't want to be in your later years and have some youngster helping you with your underwear because you aren't able to do so.
I know.
So how humiliating would you feel? Embarrassed would you feel?
Yes.
Because you couldn't do that. She said that years ago. I don't even know if she remembers saying that to us.
Oh, she does.
Okay.
She
Yeah.
still
Yeah,
says
probably.
it. She still says
But
it.
I have not forgotten that. So
Yeah.
days I'm moving a little bit slower. I still have this ball that I roll on the bottom of my
Yeah,
feet.
beautiful.
Try to sometimes put the underwear on standing up, but you know what? We just say, fuck it, where's the wall? But I hadn't forgotten that she said that. And even to this day,
she
still
still
hold
lives by
that
that
true.
philosophy. No, she still lives by that philosophy, man. I mean, we both do. We're trying to do what we do for as long as we possibly physically
absolutely.
can. And that means we got to put in the work too. It's not just dispensing the work. We got to do the work too. And that's why I always tell people, when people say to me, oh, you don't know what I'm feeling.
Oh, God, I never know. Don't say that to him.
Don't say that.
Don't say that. That's a cuss word.
Come on.
That's like saying I can't.
First of all, you're insulting me. You're insulting me that you're going to stand there doing something that I told you to do and then tell me I don't know what you're feeling. Are you? Oh, really? Seriously? Man, that's grounds for me to throw your ass out, for real. Seriously. Seriously. Because that's insulting. Of course I know what you feel. I'm the one who told you to do what you're doing. You're saying, in essence, that I don't do it? Is that right? Is that what you're implying by saying I don't know what you're feeling? So that's insulting to me because I'm never going to give you something to do that I haven't done 37,000 plus times. I'm asking you to do it once. That means I've done it at least 30,000 times.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Now, you guys, what do you guys have going on? Now, you guys are starting to do some videos.
Yeah, we just started. We just dropped our Fit in 30. It's a 30,
Fit in 30.
Fit in 30. So it's a series of 30-minute workouts that combine HIIT training, which is high intensity interval training, along with yoga circuits, Cecily's forte, in combination, because we feel like yoga and fitness go together. It's not one or the other. People go, I'm just going to do yoga. No, because you're not going to be strong. You're not going to be able to do certain moves in yoga if you're not physically strong anyway. So you might as well do some fitness training too to get yourself strong. Now, with the two of them together, you're unstoppable. So that's what our videos are based upon. HIIT training and yoga circuits combined, 30 minutes taught by the yogi herself and me, and hopefully people will enjoy it. You just got to go to her website, which is Cecily'sYogaRetreats.com, and you get all the information on her yoga stuff that she does, as well as our Fit in 30 programs.
And you guys, we're going to put all that in the description of the podcast and on YouTube. So we'll have clickable links to everything.
Thank you, because I'm not sure if I remember everything. So please go ahead.
One of the things she does, a lot of these, she does these poses while she's talking and explaining to you what she's doing.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna do this. Right. And when she does that bird of paradise, I hope I'm not botching that up.
No, that's exactly
it. See, I'm going back here a little bit. That bird of paradise.
You were listening. You were actually listening.
Okay. Yeah. Now that I wasn't doing, but I was listening.
Paying attention, different story.
My God, it's amazing what your body can do.
Right. She still, and like I said, she still does all of that herself. She teaches it. She does it. She demonstrates it. So people go again.
She does.
We can't tell y'all to do something that we can't do. That don't make sense. Right. If we can't do it, we know the hell you can't do it. That's how we look at it. If we
they are a power couple.
You can't do it. Yeah,
right. Yeah.
Come on now.
So have you started doing the videos yet?
Our series is out and ready to go. We're going to try to drop a new series every 3 months because we feel like each series should take about 90 days if you're consistent about it to kick in and see a difference. And just as you know, my philosophy, as soon as you get used to something, I got to flip the script. So that's why we hope to do every 90 days, every 3 months, drop a new series of videos.
Would one of the series be, and here I am, tell me to back off, but
back off, back off.
Too late. Like people that, like they have like to sit and be fit. And I don't mean just because people are just lazy, just certain things people cannot do.
Sure,
so are you going to do
alternatives?
Yes, you're going to do a series like that.
Here's the beauty of what we're doing, and again, to set ourselves apart from everybody else. In our video series, we give you 3 variations of the same exercise. So do the one that fits you at the moment and work up to the other ones. But
3 different levels.
We try to give you 3 different ways to do the same movement as a modification. So we don't have to make a separate video for the beginner and the intermediate and the advanced. But that's why we say in our description that no matter your fitness level, you're going to be able to get something out of those videos.
So is it on a website or are you physically, is it a physical
product? Yeah, we're selling them on Cecily's Yoga Retreats website. Like I said, if you go there, you're going to see a bar that says Fit in 30. Click on it. It's going to give you the description, what we do, what videos is available, and how to make the purchase. It's all right there on the site. We try to make it as easy as possible for you.
Y'all need an app.
Let's see how people.
She's a techie person, so you're not going to hear that from me.
Y'all need it.
We're kind of what the feedback is first. Then we'll make our tweaks as we kind of go. We feel like this is a good place to start. It's comfortable. We're not trying to hit people over the head with it necessarily right now. We want to feel our way into this so that we can, for one, be consistent about what we're doing and then see what develops from there. But we appreciate that. When we get to that level, we will come talk to you. Okay,
we'll take that under advisement.
Yeah, we're ready. So you set yourself up for that because now I'm hey, remember you said about that app, man? Yeah, okay, right.
And remember who said it, because you come to me, you shit out of luck.
I'm not coming to you.
It's going straight to voicemail.
Yeah, she straight up. I'm like, when it's that time, we'll come see you.
The thing that I remember with you, Coach, was when you originally started Spin, you had like a handful of people.
Yeah, man. First spin class.
Yeah, you just did what you did and how you do it. Now you have people lining up.
At 5 a.m. It was 5 a.m. I had the 5 a.m. spot. Nobody wants that shit. Who wants that time? I was 5 a.m. on Tuesday.
Oh, shit.
No.
Right.
Double negative, right?
And 5 people showed up. And the only reason they showed up because they were hardcore spinners. They were going to take whoever was there. It wasn't about me. It was they were hardcore. They were going to train with whoever was there. And then they just told people. And they were like, yo, man, gotta come check my man out. He's doing shit I ain't seen before. Next thing you knew, my 5 a.m. on Tuesdays.
Wow.
That's what that was my initial foray into spin. And that's what I knew. I'm just gonna do what I do. I'm just gonna play the music I want to play, and I'm gonna do it the way I want to do it. You in, you not? All right.
Rock with you is gonna rock with you.
And if the studio was like, hey, you're not getting the numbers, they were gonna cut me anyway. Like, okay, I'm just gonna do me, see what happens. And it happened.
My last thing before I turn it over to E would be, what would be your parting words? What were somebody listening that wants to start, whether it be fitness, somebody wants to start, whether the DJing or hell, now the third one, podcasting. What would you give that person trying to do it? Or what would you tell your younger self trying to do all of this?
The only way you're going to be successful in any of these endeavors, be it fitness, be it DJing, be it podcasting, the only thing that's going to somewhat ensure your success is the amount of passion you put into it. If you're not passionate about what you're doing, you're not going to have success. If you're doing it for weird reasons, it's not going to be successful. It has to come from somewhere genuine, because people recognize when it's not. And if people recognize it's not genuine, then you're not going to be successful in it. And I think that goes for anything that you do. The amount of passion you put into it is what's going to spring from it.
Yeah.
That's not even something I needed to tell my younger self. That's how I've always approached it. If I'm not feeling it, then I'm not going to be successful. What people glom onto, the passion you bring to something, then they know it's genuine, and then everybody gets on board. If that's not there, I don't see success.
Sounds good.
Sounds real good. Coach T, thank you so much.
No, man, thank you guys, man. I appreciate it, man. I'm really honored to be here, and I'm hoping for mad success for you guys and what you're doing. Yo, just doing it, man. I'm telling you, I'm proud, because I know you guys told me y'all were going to do this, and this is what y'all were planning on doing, and not to see it come to fruition. I'm very proud of you guys.
Chef, for those who you wouldn't know, we actually met with Coach T
in the early stages.
Some input in the early stages when we were developing.
Yeah.
He was one that gave us some pointers, pointed me in the right direction of the hosting platforms. So we definitely appreciate it.
You being you, that's on y'all. I just tried to help y'all.
Oh, he's not gonna put no tag on that one.
And put my name on that shit.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
I just tried to help you with the technical aspects as much as I could.
You're like, what? D&D said that? Oh,
I didn't sign off on that.
I was like, who y'all talking about? I don't know them. I don't know them.
They got a podcast?
Wait, I was on it?
Right?
I do not remember that. I do not remember.
Right?
I don't know.
Yeah. Can you get more specific?
Exactly. But no,
You
I
guys-
wish you guys nothing but the best, though, for real. Nothing but the best.
Thank you so much. This was an incredible conversation.
Thank
You guys, we're going to definitely put his podcast, his DJing stream, the workout video with him and his wife. We're going to put his Instagram in there. So
You ain't right.
everything will be in
But
the
thank you.
description below, you guys. Everything will be in,
Thank
also
you,
on the share and subscribe. All those links will be below. Until the next time, you guys, we gone.